Dante, the Devil Hunter.
Deadpool, the merc with a mouth. He's whizzing on boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
You see him on t-shirts, internet memes, and everywhere you look at nerd conventions.
But the story behind this popular anti-hero isn't as lighthearted as his joking nature would lead you to believe. Wade Winston Wilson was a globe-trotting mercenary looking for his chance to become the world's next greatest superhero. Then he was diagnosed with cancer, which hit him like a flaming semi-truck falling on his face. Facing the inevitability of death, Wade gave up. He abandoned his heroic dreams, stopped his chemo treatments, and dumped his girlfriend to free her from the burden of a man doomed to die.
Doomed until he was offered a cure by Department K. They injected Wade with Wolvie's healing factor. With the ability to heal from anything, his body became a surgical playground for Dr. Killbrew and his assistant Ajax.
Meanwhile, among Killbrew's other prisoners, a gambling ring was formed. Patients would place bets on each other's survival under the knife.
And these bets were placed in what they called the Deadpool.
Unfortunately for Killbrew, Wade had somehow gotten superhuman strength, speed, and stamina. He used these skills to kill Ajax and make a dramatic escape. Free at last, his fellow inmates inspired him to take on his now famous namesake. Deadpool somehow possesses a unique awareness of whatever medium he's in, whether it be comic books, games, TV shows, or an awesome internet show.
What now?
Basically, he's a pro at shattering the fourth wall.
Deadpool has an arsenal of weaponry he can pull out of absolutely nowhere.
This is an animation technique commonly called the magic satchel. Deadpool's weapons and abilities have helped him accomplish some amazing feats in spite of his illness.
His quick draw is fast enough to beat 7 Hydra agents at once. He can decimate legions of armed warriors solo while talking on the phone. He's the only one to ever outwit Taskmaster, who literally has the power to predict his opponent's moves. And in one instance, he even murdered the entire Marvel Universe, including the supposedly unkillable Wolverine.
He did this with a sword made of carbonadium, an alloy capable of nullifying healing factors. In other words, he cheated.
He survived skyscrapers collapsing on top of him, having his heart ripped out, his head blown to bits, and even his entire body melted into a puddle.
But his regeneration is also responsible for one of his greatest downfalls. This power has trained him to think he's invincible, and so he's become quite careless in battle.
And that's just if his extreme ADHD hasn't already put him into a bind.
Yet there are few more deadly than the regenerating degenerate. Really, Deadpool finally accomplished his dream of becoming the next great superhero.
Oh, I'm touching myself tonight.
Take a walk down Slum Avenue and you'll find all sorts of hangouts for the scum of the underworld. The Bullseye Bar, a random strip club, and even a rundown service shop called Devil May Cry.
But the services they're selling aren't like washing your car or fixing your plumbing. Oh no! Long as you got the cash, this shop specializes in delivering demonic beatdowns. Who's crazy enough to try making a living this way, you ask? His name is Dante.
From the very beginning, Dante's life was always unusual. Born from the unholy union of a human mother and a demon father, Dante and his twin brother Virgil had their first supernatural encounter at the young age of 8.
Yeah, see, his demon dad was a badass who single-handedly conquered the underworld and imprisoned its demon emperor Mundus. But after Dad died, Mundus' minions felt brave enough to take some revenge by slaughtering his family, leaving Dante an orphan.
Dante was left with only one option: become the ultimate demon hunter and perpetuate the cycle of vengeance.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Despite the dangerous nature of his occupation, Dante always maintains a carefree spirit while dispatching devils of the underworld.
It's part of his charm. Hell, when you've got abilities like Dante's, why not be a little cocky? He's faster than the mortal eye can see, strong enough to grapple with the underworld's toughest demons, and straight up man enough to shake off being stabbed through the chest like every goddamn day.
That's thanks to his regenerative ability. In fact, all of that is made possible due to his demonic heritage, and made even more deadly by his plethora of weapons. His favorites being his dual pistols and enormous sword.
Like any proud weapon owner, he gives his tools of destruction pet names. His guns, Ebony and Ivory, specialize in long-range shots and rapid-fire barrages, respectively. These hand cannons are so powerful, they can each obliterate demons in a single shot.
I think that look suits you better.
Rebellion is a large magical sword given to him by his pops, which can cut any demon down to size in the blink of an eye. He's also got his brother's sword, Yamato, which can cut through dimensions.
Throughout his adventures, Dante also collected a wide assortment of additional weaponry called Devil Arms, physical manifestations of powerful demons he has defeated. His armored Gilgamesh gauntlets increase his striking power, letting him shatter huge monoliths with a lethal 1-inch punch.
With Lucifer, the backpack, not the devil, Dante basically throws infinite lightsabers. He's also got an electric guitar, which is literally electric. Ice-powered nunchucks, grenade launchers, shotguns, and I kid you not, a briefcase that can transform into 666 different weapons, ranging from a giant Beyblade to a flying turret gun.
With Doppelganger style, he can duplicate himself. With Trickster style, he can teleport instantly. With Royal Guard style, he becomes a nigh-impervious dreadnought, and he can even slow down time with the Quicksilver style.
On the rare occasion Dante feels he needs to get serious, he enters the Devil Trigger, a transformation which taps into his demonic heritage to unleash his true devil form. Devil Trigger dramatically increases his strength, speed, and healing power, and he can fly!
Being so well armed, Dante is more than capable of handling entire hordes of demons on his own, although this doesn't stop some of his allies from joining in from time to time.
Dante is a walking, talking, feat-achieving machine. One time, after getting impaled by 4 demons at once, he pushed one so hard it exploded and dropped a ceiling fan on the other 3, all while eating a slice of pizza. Oh, and when their friends showed up, he challenged them to a game of billiards. He won.
Dante has run down the side of a building so fast he caught fire, similar to a spacecraft re-entering the atmosphere at approximately 17,000 miles per hour.
And he's even capable of taking out others just as overpowered as himself, like his brother Virgil, who was not dead, but evil.
He stopped a colossal punch from this titanic monster without breaking a sweat, shrugged off bombardment by meteors, and eventually avenged his mother by defeating the demon lord Mundus. In space.
You may be asking yourself, can anything stop this guy? Yes, Dante does have a limit to how much punishment he can take, but if there's anything that could take him down, it's his own cocky attitude.
In the words of the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, there is no greater danger than underestimating your opponent.
You bastard! And jackpot.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's start the party! Let's do this! Woo! Come on, man. Don't be a bully. Let's rock! Bang, 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 bang! Come and get me!
The winner is Dante.
Next time on Death Battle.